Hello and welcome, Exiles. Today I want to talk about why I think this league's actually the best bow league we've ever had. And that's because bows are getting two extremely significant buffs, along with a small one that I'll talk about at the end. So to start off with, you now get +2 proj on the tree. And that basically means you can either have a setup where you have your clear setup where you're not using GMP and still have good clear. With those additional prods, you could still get +2 prods from something like a Deadeye. That's effectively GMP, and you don't really feel like you have to use GMP on your clear point at that setup, and that way you have a single target setup that just hits hard to begin with. Or if you go barrage route, then you have good single target for barrage. So either the route where you're tornado shot and you just have optimal DPS because you're tornado shot and the projectiles hit even though they're not in a row, or you do something like barrage support. Now, on top of that, we are getting a very significant change, which is Vegeant Cascade. Now, let me open up the patch notes for why this is significant. Now, looking at these patch notes, there is this note right here. Simplified projectiles returning. Previously, some effects caused projectiles to return, specified only they did so at the end of their flight or final target. Vegeant Cascade was at the end of final target. This condition sucked. The only way we could use it previously was back when you could hit Hydrosphere an infinite amount of times. You could put the Hydrosphere behind a boss and specifically get one pierce. So you'd pierce the boss, hit Hydrosphere, that would be considered final target, and it would return back through the boss, and you would get 2 hits. It would double your damage. But they nerfed Hydrosphere, and Vegeant Cascade basically went back to being completely useless, not worth grabbing ever. Well, with this, they changed it to all effects that cause projectiles to return, do so in any case. And on the basically pseudo tree import that isn't really, this isn't supported by POB, this is just a raw import of the tree data, it says just attack projectiles return to you. That means on any bow character, if you have at least 1 pierce and you pierce through with 10 projectiles, those projectiles will go through the enemy, come back through, and hit the enemy another 10 times, aka it will double your damage with this anoint. This anoint is massive. Not only that, bow characters can potentially already get additional curse anyway, so it's not like you're trading Vegeant Cascade for additional curse. You definitely can path over here. There's so many good nodes on this side of the tree already anyways, so that alone makes bow characters way better. And on top of all that, you get Lightning Arrow and Crystal, what do I say, Crystal? Ice Shot. Both of those get Val versions, which both of them seem like they're actually really good for single target, like single target burst. I made a character around Val Burning Arrow, which is a very big single target burst character where my character, which was just like scaling solely into that Val skill, I could kill the entire phase of Uber Shaper. If these other skills, which actually feel good to clear with, have good single target component to attach on top of it, on top of getting double your hits out of Vegeant Cascade, well, quite frankly, I think there's going to be a new bow meta, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. On top of all of that, something that I think is even really nice for leveling, or probably into endgame maps, or early maps at least, is the attack mastery here with multi-shot. You get the adrenaline node. This mastery is actually really cool. Just simply by grabbing a blood and sand, a 10% reservation, you put it on your left click. Every time you go to click or move your character any different direction, you swap your stance and you get 1 second burst of adrenaline. It might not sound like a lot, but this thing, the blood and sand cooldown, starts out at 2 seconds, and as you level it, you get CDR. It's going to effectively be somewhere around the 70 to 90% uptime range, depending on how often you remember to left click around places and stuff like that. But that, for 10% reservation space and 1 mastery, it's 100% worth it. 100% increased damage, 25% of cast, attack, cast, and movement speed. That's not a buff to like look down on. Not to mention the 10% fizz damage reduction as well it comes with. So, quite frankly, if I wasn't already planned on Holy Relic as my Leaguestarter, I'd be making a bow build right now, because this is the first time ever I have felt bow builds will be strong, and they'll be strong on a League start. It's a weird feeling to have, but I'm excited about it. Maybe this gets you thinking about builds you can make on Leaguestarter, and I'll see you guys there. Have fun and take care, Exiles. Peace out.